I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for Family Hustle.
Right.
Now, it does come with some, it's some adversity. It's some adversity to come with that. People get in your bed.
Yeah, T.I.'s son, King Harris, has been arrested after not appearing in court and some other things connected to his actions.
Something's boiling over in Atlanta, and the whole game's watching with uneasy eyes. The Harris family, once celebrated as Southern royalty, might be watching their empire slip straight through their hands. And no, this isn't just another one of King Harris's wild antics. This feels bigger. This is a dynasty cracking right at the seams. That polished family image? Shattered. Now it's messy fights, viral leaks, and whispers that sound less like gossip, and more like courtroom testimony. King Harris, once the golden child expected to carry T.I.'s legendary torch, just flipped the script. He's not just making music. He's airing out family secrets, throwing accusations, and asking questions that have been eating at him for years. And now, he's putting the biggest one in the spotlight. Who's really my father? That single question could blow the Harris legacy wide open. This isn't just drama. It's a young man with years of bottled pain finally letting it spill. Remember that viral clip at the Falcons game? That wasn't clout chasing. That was the tip of something much deeper. What should have been a family suite turned into a front row meltdown. King came in hot, standing his ground, daring his own father to silence him. On live. And T.I., the self-proclaimed king of the South, looked shaken, trying to keep control while the chaos streamed on Instagram for the world to see. This wasn't some playful father-son back and forth. This got raw. T.I., red in the face, struggling to hold back, until finally, he snapped, grabbing King in a quick headlock. Cameras caught it all, King shouting, "Get off me," while T.I. barked back, "You're embarrassing yourself and your family."
So him being arrested isn't really like the shocker, it's him coming out and his, I guess, reaction to it, right? Because everybody's saying, King, you grew up privileged, bro. Why are you going down this path? Now he's talking about F the police, F12, so, he...
And then there's Tiny. She tried to calm things down, but instead, she made the fire spread. Instead of cooling the room, she dropped gasoline on it, clowning King by telling everyone he was still sucking on a pacifier until he was 12. Was that meant to embarrass King? Or was it a shot at T.I.? Either way, the Harris family's fairy tale image went right out the window. But then came the real bombshell. King revealed he never even grew up in that mansion the world saw on TV. He said he was raised by his grandmother, not living that silver spoon life everyone assumed. While the cameras painted a picture of glitz, gated communities, and reality show perfection, King was quietly building a different story. He's been on a mission to prove he came up from the bottom, and he's not backing down. The fiery tracks, the viral outbursts, they weren't random. They were years of pain finally breaking through the surface. King called out mistreatment, isolation, and feeling like an outsider in his own home. Suddenly, his rants didn't look like teenage rebellion. They looked like cries for truth. And here's where whispers turn into alarms. Word on the street says King did the unthinkable. He secretly took a paternity test, behind T.I.'s back. This wasn't about curfews or teenage drama. This was life-changing. After years of hearing rumors, slick comments, and questions about timelines and resemblance, King allegedly wanted his own answers. Was he truly T.I.'s biological son? Or had his entire identity been built on a lie? The family isn't speaking publicly, but the silence says enough. The tension is thick, and King's every move feels less like rebellion, and more like desperation for the truth.
Trying to coddle him for? Let the man walk off, have some time to himself, sit down, soak it up, and come up with what he needs to do.
If that test didn't match what King's been told his whole life, then this isn't family drama anymore. It's a secret that could shake the entire industry. And once the internet caught a whiff, it didn't just trend, it erupted. TikTok turned a private family crisis into a full-blown viral circus overnight. Real pain became fuel for the wildest conspiracy theories the algorithm could churn out. And one of the loudest? That King isn't even T.I.'s son. Yeah, you heard that right. According to the rumor mill, the whole thing is a setup ripped straight out of a reality TV plot twist. The juiciest version? King is allegedly the child of Tiny's secret daughter, a supposed chapter from her past no one ever saw coming. If that were true, the Harris family tree doesn't just bend, it shatters. Branches missing, roots covered, question marks everywhere. It sounds crazy, but when has wild ever stopped the internet? People are eating it up like gospel. Daytime talk shows are even circling, sniffing around for their next big headline. Meanwhile, the people closest to the situation are scrambling to shut it down. Tiny jumped online, calling the DNA chatter straight lies. King's sister, Zonnie, clapped back too, saying, "Which street did this rumor even crawl off of?" But here's the thing. None of this would sting so hard if the Harrises hadn't built themselves up as Southern hip-hop royalty. For years, they sold the image. The power couple, the platinum plaques, the Grammy nods, the VH1 spotlight, and the picture-perfect family timeline.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of woo-saw yourself outside of the public opinion.
The Harris family wasn't just a household name. It was a brand. Luxury, loyalty, legacy. We all saw it play out. The designer kitchens, the red carpets, the family cookouts. 7 kids deep, and somehow they made it look like you could have it all: fame, fortune, and a functional family tied up neatly for primetime TV. But now, the cameras are gone, and the truth is spilling out like flat champagne. And King is not the only Harris making headlines. These days, legal drama, mugshots, and reckless live streams are showing up more often than birthday posts. King's name, especially, stays hot in the blogs. That late-night stop in Georgia? Caught with a firearm, allegedly. Then he hops on social media bragging that at least he still had his chain. Like, really? This isn't the polished son we saw on VH1. This is a young man unraveling in real time. Every slip magnified, every fight dissected, every post going viral. And the internet? It's eating it up. But zoom out, and the bigger picture looks even worse. While King and T.I. were clashing in public, the Harris name was already being dragged back into the spotlight, for all the wrong reasons. Old allegations resurfaced like ghosts from the vault. Manipulation, shady dealings, serious misconduct. And at the center of it? Sabrina Peterson. Once a close family friend, now a full-blown enemy. She flipped the script completely, claiming she's sitting on receipts and daring the world to watch her expose them. No whispers. No filters. No mercy. And she's not just coming for T.I. and Tiny anymore, she's pulling King into the fire too. Said she used to protect him from the fallout, but she's done keeping quiet. Meanwhile, T.I.'s still on Instagram, trying to keep it zen, telling folks to ignore the lies and stay positive. But let's be real, nobody's buying that Namaste energy when the whole house looks like it's burning down.
So the dynamics here are interesting, but I can't judge how the parenting is gone, because everything that we've seen has been stuff that many of us would have said or similar if we saw our children do this. But I will say this, a lot of what's happening is because it's in the public. Like most children don't have to do this in the public.
Behind the scenes, whispers say the feds might already be circling. And Sabrina? She didn't mince words. She flat out said, "The feds already have this. It's not about them anymore. It's my birthday, and it's about me." She's promising the truth is coming, whether the world's ready or not. And let's be real, the Harris family, once untouchable, is taking hits from every direction. While T.I.'s feud with King keeps boiling over, he's still trying to smile for the cameras, posting like it's business as usual. After that viral Falcons game meltdown, he even tried to spin the chaos into promo for King's music. T.I. went online saying the Harris family is tied like a knot, claiming no drama could break them apart. What you're talking about? The H family is tied like a knot. We got for life. But every post, every meltdown, every public clash, it's more than noise. It's a plea, a cry to be seen, a demand to rip open the secrets the grown-ups have been burying for years. At this point, the spectacle isn't just messy, it's impossible to ignore. Fans, critics, even people who never watched a second of their reality show are asking the same question. Was that paternity twist just the beginning? Could the so-called Harris dynasty, Atlanta's royal family, really be stitched together with half-truths, cover-ups, and secrets that never made it past the editing room? Every side eye at an old family photo, every TikTok breakdown, every viral clip has people wondering if the truth is even darker than the reality show ever hinted at. And then there's King, standing tall, refusing to let his father write his story. This isn't just a rebellious son. This is a public battle for identity, a fight to carve out his own name, while the world keeps throwing his last one back in his face. And one question keeps echoing louder than the rest. What else is he hiding? How deep does this family drama really go? Because what we're watching right now, it's bigger than beef. It's the unraveling of a dynasty and the rise of a young man determined to claim the truth.
I graduated. That's the only good thing they posted of me going viral. I'm not on the media's good side. I don't know why, but
King Harris isn't just walking away from the family image, he's torching it. One post, one rant, one raw track at a time. His whole vibe right now screams, I don't need y'all. From boxing gloves to wild fits, from sharp captions to unfiltered energy, King's Instagram has become a billboard for rebellion. Gone is the polished, camera-ready kid from red carpets and family cookouts. In his place stands a 20-year-old grinding in the booth, dropping raw music, mocking the silver spoon rumors, and making it crystal clear. He doesn't want to ride T.I.'s coattails. Good or bad, win or lose, King wants it on his own. But here's the truth. Walking away from the Harris name isn't simple. That last name is a shadow you can't outrun. No matter how loud King tries to rewrite his story, the past keeps dragging him back. The arrest in Georgia, the Falcons game meltdown. Each incident chains him tighter to the very family drama he's desperate to escape. And it's not just the media keeping tabs. His own family is watching. The moment King pops off online, Tiny or Zonique are right there clapping back, telling fans to ignore the rumors and trust their version of events. But the harder King pushes to break free, the more it feels like the Harris legacy presses down on him. A weight he never asked for, but can't seem to shake. Strip away the viral clips and the trending hashtags, and it doesn't look like PR anymore. It looks like pain. Real pain. The kind fame can't fix. The kind money can't hide. And the truth King keeps hinting at? That might be the one thing powerful enough to finally break the Harris dynasty wide open.
Mistakes. I ain't had no daddy who would pull up and get on my ass anytime. Things I did, you can't get away with.
This was never about music, money, or TikTok rumors. While the rest of the Harris clan posed behind mansion gates and smiled for VH1 cameras, King says he found his peace somewhere else, at his grandma Diane's house. No cameras, no scripts, just quiet. A safe space far from the noise. When King talks about her, his whole energy shifts. He calls her Mama, not out of habit, but out of respect. She's the one who shaped him, raised him, and still checks him when needed. And unlike the brand managers and publicists, King listens, because it's love. Yeah, the public might remember King as the wild child, the grills, the chaos, the viral meltdowns. But behind that image, Grandma Diane has always been the steady voice. The one real parent in a world of assistants, producers, and spin doctors trying to keep the Harris empire polished. But if the rumors are true, that King really did take a secret paternity test, then that might be the spark that lit this entire family spiral. Not the Falcons fight. Not TikTok conspiracies. This. A silent, personal bombshell. Because if King went searching for the truth behind closed doors, that's not rebellion, it's rejection. Not clout. Not revenge. But clarity. For King, digging into that truth might have been the only way to quiet the question that's haunted him since the very beginning. Now that the whispers are out in the open, the fallout isn't just public, it's psychological. The Harris dynasty, once held together by T.I.'s ironclad brand, looks more fragile than ever.
What we're not gonna do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in, chime in, and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this, whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults.
Whispers are already flying. Industry insiders say legal estrangement could be on the table. Some even hint T.I. might go as far as making it official, cutting ties, disowning King publicly. And for a family this brand conscious, that's not just personal, it's catastrophic. The backlash would be instant. Sponsorships shaken. TV deals frozen. The Harris empire, built on an image of unity, could take a hit no one saw coming. But peel back the business, and there's a deeper wound. The emotional weight of questioning your own bloodline. While millions watch it unfold, cuts harder than any headline. That kind of doubt doesn't just fade away. So the question lingers. Is King the cautionary tale of a son who torched his own family chasing the truth? Or is he the tragic one, pushed by silence and secrets, forced to break every unspoken rule just to find peace? As the tension rises, the Harris family's silence says more than any statement could. The truth behind those paternity rumors may never reach the public. But the fallout? It's already here. This dynasty is staring down a fracture too deep for any slick Instagram caption or staged family portrait to cover. Every cryptic lyric, every viral outburst, every post soaked in shade feels like another reminder. For King, chasing the truth might cost him the chance to ever heal. And the damage doesn't stop at hurt feelings. The Harris name isn't just family, it's business. And when business depends on image, a paternity bombshell doesn't just spark gossip. It sparks legal fire. If that test, whether real or rumor, triggers a formal challenge to King's place in the Harris bloodline, things could turn messy fast. Behind the scenes,
if you are going to be emotionally attached to how they receive it, if you're going to have an emotional attachment to their opinion.
It's etched into every stiff red carpet appearance, every carefully worded post that just doesn't feel real. This is where the fairy tale begins to crack. King's bond with his grandmother flips the entire Harris family narrative upside down. Was that perfect household we saw on TV nothing more than a polished illusion? While the lights, the cameras, and the brand painted one picture, was the real love, the real parenting, happening quietly at Grandma Diane's, off-camera, away from the spotlight. Did King grow up feeling like a background character in a show starring his own parents? Just another face in the frame, craving attention while everyone else played their role to protect the Harris brand? That weight, the pain of being overlooked, shows up in every outburst, every lyric, every live meltdown. The harder T.I. insists King was raised right. The louder King pushes back, shouting that he had to figure it all out on his own. And beneath all the defiance, beneath all the chaos, lies a truth no one wants to confront. This isn't just about clashing egos or family pride. At the core of it all is identity. Not just biological identity, but legacy, belonging, and truth. That rumored paternity test isn't clickbait. It's the climax of a lifelong storm. Years of feeling different. Years of sensing he never quite fit. Was King chasing those answers because deep down, he always knew something wasn't right? If that's the case, it's no wonder he's exploding now.
Saying to me, I ain't really got too much to say on it. Just, getting my hustle on, stacking my bread.
So what that mean, getting your hustle on,
Stacking my bread, that's what that means.
How does a young man build himself when every family photo, every TV episode, every stage smile is haunted by one silent question? Do I even belong here? And just when it seems the storm couldn't get any messier, outside fire creeps back in. Sabrina Peterson, never one to miss her moment in the spotlight, is back, promising fresh receipts that could flip this scandal on its head. She claims the feds already have the files, but insists the fans deserve to see it all, too. And this isn't just noise. Peterson has history. She's the same former insider who accused T.I. of threats, unleashing allegations that still stain the Harris name. And she hasn't stopped stoking those flames. Now she's pulling King into the chaos, claiming she once protected him, hinting at hidden DMs and buried proof the family tried to keep locked away. It's a PR nightmare for T.I., caught in a cycle of denials, dodges, and vague Instagram affirmations. Lines like "it's a beautiful day to not spread lies" don't hit the way they used to. The internet isn't buying it. They are side-eyeing the circus and scrolling on to the next viral thread. But the deeper this story digs, the more fragile the Harris empire looks, like a sandcastle slowly being swallowed by the tide. The cracks have been there for years. Back when VH1 pulled the plug on their flagship family show after those early allegations, T.I. lashed out, ranting about integrity and unfinished stories. But this is something different. This is personal.
Steve Sadar reached out to me looking to make a deal on behalf of T.I. and Tiny. And I told Steve Sadar that my clients want justice. So if the deal involves Tiny and T.I. turning themselves in and admitting to the crime that they've committed, then fine, we got a deal. But if it does not, then I would prefer to have the investigators do their work and to bring criminal charges against Tiny and T.I.
But reality didn't pause. The lawsuits, the court battles, the endless speculation, they've only grown louder. The Harris family's attempts to project unity are starting to feel like reruns nobody asked for. Baby shower group shots, King's music promos, Instagram captions about being tied like a knot. It's giving sitcom energy way past its final season. Even Tiny's clapback, calling the paternity rumors nothing but clickbait, can't silence the storm. In fact, the harder they insist nothing's wrong, the more obvious it becomes. Something big is bubbling under the surface, and they are running out of ways to keep the lid on. Now, every phone is waiting for the next drop. Sabrina Peterson's back, promising more receipts. Could this be the bombshell fans have been waiting for? Or just another wild twist in a saga already drowning in lies, secrets, and carefully worded no comments? At this point, even the loyal fans are bracing themselves. Because if Peterson's evidence is real, and it hits harder than what's already out there, it could be the twist that finally unravels the Harris dynasty for good. Is King about to blow the empire up from the inside? Or is he destined to become another cautionary tale, a young man crushed under the weight of a legacy he never asked for? Right now, the stakes couldn't be higher. Every rumor, every cryptic post, every denied accusation is another tick on the clock. What once looked like Atlanta's power family now feels like it's hanging by a thread. And this time, there's no reality show edit to save them. The curtain is lifting, and what's behind it isn't polished or pretty. Because one rule always holds true in this game: the truth always comes out. And when it does, the Harris legacy may not survive the fallout. So, what do you think? Are we witnessing the final days of Atlanta's first family, or is there one last wild comeback waiting in the wings? Drop your theories in the comments, hit that like button, share this with a fam, and don't forget to subscribe. Because trust, this storm is far from over.